Welcome, basketball fans, children, adults, all ages. You're welcome here. It's Clark College on the campus at the O'Connell Sports Center. The 2013 IBL first game of the year for your hometown Vancouver Volcanoes. We have one of the Bellingham Slam guys now, number 31, Paul Hafford. Maybe he'll be the trick tonight. And it's the Volcanoes versus the Slam. Let's get a victory. And you'll see it tonight on Channel 11, FVTV, coming your way next. Murray over to Blackledge.
Boy, someone took a picture of that. Frame it.
Hartman for another three.
Oh, yeah, baby.
On fire. And there he is again, Josh Tarver. Murray, he says thank you very much. And he spots an open Pip Lutzaw.
Oh, yes.
Down it.
Smart.
Look at the emotion.
Very
Look
smart
at the
play.
emotion.
This is your Vancouver Volcanoes!
And welcome back to the 2013 opener, the 9th season of the Vancouver Volcanoes. It just seems like it was 6 months ago we had the very first game at Skyview High School, and look what's been going on now. Mike Koreski with you, and the man, the myth, the Gary, he's here, Gary Akiyama. What are you thinking here with the opening lineups? This is just so cool, the Fan Fest little special opening.
It's fantastic. I mean, what a great tribute to the city of Vancouver, the whole community in the Vancouver area, and coming out for Fan Fest and for the kids to meet the players and be up close and just giving them high fives.
Yeah, I love that. They're playing with the kids a bit, getting down low, getting on the level there, doing the high five thing, and that's fantastic. And I like when you're seeing the whole roster tonight, because there's fan favorite Jake Carlisle, 2011 MVP of our IBL championship season of the playoffs, mixing in with some new guys, 34 Daniel Dean from Gary's fave, Oregon State University.
Go Beavs.
And Mike Ward, number 1. He was a thorn in our side the past 2 or 3 years from Olympia. Great clutch player. Yasuo Iwajima, we talked about him. He is now
Yasuo the Rocket.
That's right. And so it's just fantastic looking at this. And the other side of the court, though, it's the Bellingham Slam, and they just don't get down with the other teams having fanfare at their expense. For example, last year, we were presented our championship rings the night they came to town. And if there was ever the term butt whooping to apply to a game, it was that game, Gary.
Well, you know, they're not going to let down, whether it's opening night, whether it's championship rings. Last night we were up there and we lost 116-92, so we got a little bit of even Steven play tonight.
Oh yeah, I would love even Steven or sort of even Evan. I'd take any of that. I mean, if you look right now over at the Bellingham Slam bench, they're all just kind of staring at this. Like, what is up with this? What is up with this? You could just tell, and yeah, the Volcanoes are smiling. They're pretty happy, and that's cool. But you look over there on the other sideline, and it's not so cool.
No, and I think Rob Rittenauer, he'll get them ready. And anytime these two teams play, Maverick, they're always ready. That's the problem. You got to be game on when you play Bellingham.
And another familiar face standing next to Coach Rittenauer on the Bellingham sideline, Tyler Amaya from Gonzaga and Western Washington University. Filling in the assistant slot, the longtime assistant Mike Elsner has moved on some. So now one of the great players for the Slam in their history is now joining Rittenauer on the bench.
There's a lot of fans here. I saw the commissioner, Charlene Graff. I saw the owner of the Portland Chinooks.
Definitely. And now that we have name-dropped a bunch and got you ready for this, tip-off is coming, trust me. It's the Slam versus the Volcanoes, FVTV Channel 11. We'll see you real soon. Welcome back, the campus of Clark College. It is on the O'Connell Sports Center floor. Usually the home of the Penguins, except for 3 months out of the year, it gets real hot in here because it is the Vancouver Volcanoes. Season number 9 tipping off. Gio Bain versus Evan Madison, 42 on that, and the Volcanoes control the tap. Gary Akiyama, run through our starters really quick, won't you?
Our starters, Josh Tarver at the guard from Oregon State. Got Chehalis Tapascott, Portland State. Andre Murray, guard, Portland State. Gio Bain, the 7-footer from Southern Mississippi. And Paul Hafford, our power forward from Portland State.
It's just weird hearing Paul Hafford's name on the Vancouver Volcanoes side of the ledger. And I think the term power forward is a little misleading because he is a point forward. And the guy can shoot threes, Gary, like nobody's business. Do you remember the game about 2 years ago? 40 points through 3 quarters.
Don't remind
40
me.
points.
Don't remind me. Oh.
That was one of the best performances by an opponent ever in this building. And they start off with 3, Bellingham does, and Morris Anderson, the cat, as we like to call him, number 11.
Yes.
So puts them on the board 3-0. The Slam starters, we talked about Anderson, number 11, 6'3" guard from Western Washington. Number 15, Drew Reddy, 6'1" guard, Western Washington. Jacob Stevenson, number 22, 6'4" guard from guess where? Western Washington. Number 42, Evan Madison, 6'10" center from Texas A&M. And rounding it out, number 3, the spark plug, the Energizer, 5'11" guard from Western Washington, Rico Wilkins. So,
Yeah.
Gary, I think there's a common thread amongst that starting lineup. Can you guess what it is?
I would say they're all Vikings, Western Washington Vikings, WWU.
Ding, 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 ding. So, now, can the Volcanoes get on the board with this trip? Doesn't look like it. Gio Bain misses that soft little left baby hook, and here comes Morris the Cat back up the floor. Pulls up for the jumper. Bingo. 7-0.
Yeah, I think Coach Navarro and Christensen, they're not going to let this get away. Last night it was kind of iffy, so good timeout call early in the game.
As things been said before, time to get a TO, baby. And we're going to keep it here right now because why? This game just barely started, and we don't want you to leave us because we just don't want that. So, Gary, as we've been talking about it a little bit, what do you think as you're trying to digest the names on the roster? Where are the new strengths compared to last year, years past? What do you think it's going to take?
Well, I think this year's team, I mean, we always say, hey, our bench is good as our starters, but I'll tell you, with Paul Hafford, I still got to pinch myself every time I say that name, that he's a Volcano now. You know, if you look at the bench, a lot of those bench people are starters last year or were also IBL All-Stars. So talk about not missing a beat, Maverick. When we sub, we're not going to lose anything.
Not at all. I mean, you have 15 Alex Hartman, the 6'7" forward from Concordia. He's been a mainstay with us. I think this is his 6th year with the franchise, and also playing on the Canadian national team. So if they make a run at the Olympics this next time out, it'd be really nice if he got some floor time. Also, number 30, Pip Bloodsaw, the 6'5" guard, College of the Ozarks. All-time IBL leading scorer. He's coming back to put some more points on the board. After we won the thing in 2011, he retired and became a coach. What happened, Gary?
I think he just, once a player, always a player, and once a Volcano, always a Volcano. It's just in his blood, and he missed it. And, yeah, he's leading all IBLs with 2,252 points in his career.
That's a ton of points. And as we talked about with Jake Carlisle, double 3 coming off the bench, just a ton of talent right now, and it's just going to kind of to get them to mesh. Rico Williams pulling the circus. It wasn't quite in town. Hafford pulls down that rebound. Rico Wilkins batted it away, and it's a jump ball. Once again, number 3, Rico Wilkins, Gary. Exciting player, led Western Washington. Actually, he was their 6th man on their Final Four team this year.
Yeah, he's something to reckon with. Very quick, very agile, and really a smart player. Knows what's happening on and off the court there.
And from what I read about him, he was a dunk champion as well.
Well, we'll wait to see that. Speaking of dunks.
Gio Bain. Welcome to Vancouver, and thank you for putting us on the board. So now we don't have to talk about that anymore. So 7-2, and Madison looking for some help. The defense ratcheted up a little bit there, and that's what happens when you get an impact play like that, Gary.
Yeah, that's going to be, going out through the game here. So we're going to have to adjust to those, moves and those plays there.
And Bain's a very interesting story. Coach Joe Navarro said, not quite the NBA body that one of our old big men, All-Star Bryson McKenzie, had. However, some of the same instincts. Can really take up space in the key, can block, can do quite a few things, can block the basketball. He had 6 rebounds in Bellingham on Friday night. And now the Volcanoes bringing it back up there. Tarver being pressured by Wilkins. Yeah, Wilkins is quick, Gary. Puts pressure on that ball real nice. Tapscott backing down Stevenson. Very nice move by Chehalis Tapscott. He took advantage of the size right there.
Yeah, a little overmatch there, and good for Chehalis. And the IBL, actually, Rookie of the Year last year.
That's right, and he just came back from Luxembourg. And he said, very good experience, very happy to do it. So we'll see. So happy to have that 26 points sitting over here this year, I'll tell you that much.
Better here than there.
That's right. Yeah, the Olympia team, they actually beat Bellingham in Bellingham last year. I don't know how they did it besides voodoo maybe and plenty of Chehalis Tapscott. So now we have Jake Carlisle into the game. Double three, as we talked about, very decorated, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet too. Volcano Hall of Famer when we start the Hall of Famer. He'll go in with us too, Gary.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I didn't know we were going to go into there.
Surprise! So 9-4. Volcanoes behind. Tarver bringing it up there. And there's Andre Murray over a couple of picks. Not quite. Rebound by 15 on the slam. Drew ready. Goes over to Morris Anderson. Back to Madison for the three. No. You see how Bellingham's already moving the ball, Gary. Hard to see. Can you even tell it's their second game of the season?
No, I mean, you'd think, they've been playing all year, but, yeah, they're very aggressive and will continue to be.
Tarver with the miss. Morse the cat with the rebound. And here they go to the middle. And one thing to look at tonight, too, Gary. Oh, almost a steal by Tapscott. There is an over and back, and Stevenson was not happy. And, Gary, that's kind of a familiar theme with Mr. 22. Not very happy.
Jacob Stevenson, boy, we got to shut him down. He just went off on us last night. 30 points. Up in Bellingham.
On Friday?
On Friday.
Welcome to a 5-hour car ride. I'm going to give you 33 points. And one thing to mention tonight, Gary, amongst all the other things we mentioned, is the NBA three-point line is in effect. So you read in the box score, someone's hitting 6 or 7 from the three, which they will tonight more than likely. It is NBA three-pointers. There is a ton of talent in this league.
Yeah, and that's good to know because some of these players could get called up. So it's nice that they're adjusting to that in the IBL.
Oh, yeah. In fact, Joe Navarro knows quite a few of the new faces from the SPL, the Summer Pro League, that some of the IBL All-Stars went on last summer. It was I think it was about 2 weeks in San Francisco, played against a lot of pro prospects. And on that team was Hafford, was Gio Bain, was Tapscott, who just got fouled. Mike Ward was also on that squad, and Andre 3000, our man Andre Murray, was there as well.
Right, and then you also had a few of the Nippon Tornadoes on that team as well.
Karaoka.
Yeah, Masa, who we'll be seeing him in May as that team comes. Nippon Tornadoes going to be a team to be reckoned with.
That's very true, Gary. And a whole season this year. And when are they starting?
They're going to start coming over here in May, play out the whole entire season and the playoffs. They have their lodging in Seattle. They rented a huge house for the team.
And that's very interesting, Gary. I would love to put a couple of cameras in there. When you said they were going to be in a house in Seattle, I was thinking of the real world. and I was just, that would be cracking me up, Gary.
Hey, there's an idea.
Tatsui in there?
Oh, yeah, Tatsumi.
He's gonna run that place.
Yeah.
And maybe you can make a guest appearance. The special advisor.
Yeah. I think I could fit right in.
I think you could probably make some trouble in that house, Gary. Watch you out at the pool table. You're a shark. So, steal. Here we come. Volcanoes up the court. Josh Tarver for three. No. Madison with the rebound. So, from what I'm seeing the last few possessions, Gary, the Volcanoes are starting to get the ball movement going, the familiarity with each other, but it hasn't quite been going. And see, that, what you saw, is familiarity with your teammate.
Right, yeah, a lot of the Volcanoes, new Volcanoes, so they haven't played together. They're IBL All-Stars, or they're great players, but you got to play together a few games to adjust to each other's, idiosyncrasies or your strengths.
And talking to Tapstop before the game, Gary, and there is Hafford.
Yes.
Oh, my. And there is your NBA three, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that was almost out to our table.
Yeah, that's the thing that the Bellingham Slam are a little worried about.
Well, yeah, because Madison tried to answer with the NBA three. And see, I don't mind that. So, Bellingham, try to get in a shootout with Paul Hafford. Go ahead. That's fine with me.
Make my day.
Go ahead, punk, huh? So, Carlisle.
Nice move.
So good. So textbook. Jake, he gets snaky down there.
Jake the Snake Carlisle, former San Antonio Spur.
Yep, 10 years ago. He had a 10-day with them. I'm talking to him about that a little bit because he subbed in for you last year on one of the games. His mission, the idea was for him to get Malik Rose back into playing shape. So he had some black and blue practices with Mr. Rose.
Yeah.
But, yeah, total, I said Tim Duncan, great guy. The part of that team, he said, was just a great group of guys. And I think he brings that experience over here because the Volcanoes, once again, a pretty good group of fellas.
Yeah, I like the way Joe's subbing now. We got Pip in there and Mike Ward as well. Once again, we're not going to lose a beat. Actually, we were picking up experience with Pip in there as well as Carlisle.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you bring Tapscott to the bench. You also bring Haffer to the bench, and you've got experience coming in. And now we got some talking there at the table. It looks like there's probably an issue with the shot clock is what I'm guessing was what that was.
Yeah.
And now time for a timeout, taking a break on it. Not too bad, though, Gary. We were getting smoked 7-0, and now we are only down by 1 punto. So, Slam 11, Volcanoes 10. See you real soon, IBL. And back with the action right now, the Slam 11, Volcanoes 10, 5:56 left in the opening quarter for the 2013 season. Been a great game so far, and I'm sure it will continue to be that. Bloodsaw almost with the rebound, but tips it over to Anderson. Back to Anderson in the corner, trying to get the cutting number 33, who is Nick Moore, another guy they picked up from the Olympia team, former teammate of our guy, Mike Ward.
Yeah, there been some more trades that will come in the future as well. So, but good move for the Slam.
Well, and the one thing about semi-pro ball, it's kind of like the movie Semi-Pro. We trade them for a washing machine or a ball rack, that kind of thing. There's always something funny about the International Basketball League. Not funny, meaning odd.
Right.
And as we say before, it's the IBL. And so fans, if you listen to us, watch us, you'll probably hear that saying quite a few times over the years. So, and we'll always reset it for you because we really want to make that one work. And so on the floor for the Volcanoes, we have Ward, we have Hafford, we have Hartman, we have Bloodsaw, and Carlisle. And going up the floor for the Slam is number 24, who is Chaz Cox.
Nice rejection there by Alex.
Not in my house. It's appearing to be a clean rejection. So Slam take the ball out of bounds. Tapscott back into the game. And, yep, Pitt putting the pressure on Anderson there. That's really good. We need to expend his energy, Morris Anderson's. Make him work for it. 33, Nicholas Moore.
Oh, boy.
A two-pointer because we are playing by the 3 tonight. And nobody told him. Shame on you, Gary Akiyama.
Oh, I thought that was your job, wasn't it?
Well, actually, not shame on you. That's the opponent. So Tapscott backing down. Stevenson once again. Wonderful fall-away. One thing I was going to mention, Gary, at the SPL, besides playing in the league, the 5 or 6 games they had, they also had some tryouts with NBDL teams that were in the area, ran all our SPL team through the tryout process.
They did, and a few of them actually got picked up or had offers from that, so it tells you the quality of the IBL.
Definitely. And NBDL, let me see who was picked up. Our guy Josh Tarver had a little cup of coffee in the NBDL for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers.
He did.
And let's see, Tapscott entered the draft for the D League. He wasn't picked up. That's when he went to Luxembourg. But he was a dark horse candidate for getting something done over there. And he still probably will be because he is on the way up, Gary. His star is on the way up. And speaking on the way up, that is number 15 with the leaner, Drew Reddy. And that's the thing about Bellingham, Gary. So many Western Washington guys. Coach Ridenour knows we're going to run the offense that they run because they do it so well. They win a ton of games, and they're familiar with it, so why not?
Yeah, that's pretty much if you're a Western Washington fan, you'll notice just what Mike was saying. Their sets are very, very similar to the Vikings. So, the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree.
What you said, Gary, but with less effort.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Bellingham Slam as well, Gary, is they're just Rob Ridenour and his staff and his PR and everybody in that organization. It's a routine. He was telling our coach, Joe Navarro, the players are able to go get their shots in every morning. There's a gym unlocked somewhere that those guys can go in and do it. There's a lot of work ethic on Bellingham. Morris Anderson, as a matter of fact, he commutes 2 or 3 hours a day to go over there to Bellingham to play basketball for the Slam. And the score right now is 17-13 in favor of the Slam. And that was Nick Moore right there with the shot, welcoming into the new team. And they were trying Tapscott down low once again, but he kicked it out to Hartman. You can tell, Gary, they're going after that matchup, Tapscott versus Stevenson.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup. We'll look at that all season. Nice little rejection there.
Oh, my goodness. 33, Nick Moore, he put that one back in Jake's face. Oh, my goodness. That was nice. And Jake coming to the bench right now. And into the game right now is 34, Daniel Dean. Had a great game against the Slam on Friday night. Daniel Dean had 16 points, 10 boards, 2 blocks in 22 minutes, and he was 3 of 4 from the 3.
Yeah, if you want to see a big guy, and I mean not only tall, but with using his muscle and his skills, you're in for a treat this season. Daniel Dean, the former Beaver, of course, and also just a little fact find, he also played with Josh Tarver, so I wouldn't mind seeing those tandem out there at some point.
That's true. And Dean, he also played with the Salem team in the ABA season. In fact, they just won the title against Kitsap.
Right.
And both of those teams have now jumped into the IBL this season. They'll have short season stuff. And he was with them. But now he's with us for the long season. Coach Joe Navarro was saying the Salem team was running a lot more stuff outside, a lot more outside shooting, didn't really utilize Daniel Dean. He said we're definitely going to utilize him this season.
Yeah, Salem team, for whatever reason, they kind of, love the threes, and that's why some of the players, wanted to come into our team because we'll play more overall games instead of just the 3.
That's true. That's very true. And there's Dean backing down Nick Moore. Oh, but coming behind him was number 15. 15, Drew Reddy with the block. That was the stuff right there, Gary.
Boy, that was a smooth move there.
That really was, because that was a beautiful move. Oh, almost. The inbound pass, you could tell the play worked, but Nick Moore got his hands on it before they could complete the pass.
Yeah, Dean, also, will be coming out. He can hit the 3 too, but mostly he's the inside, big guy, big brute.
Yes, definitely. Good matchup with him and Nick Moore down below right there too at the moment. So Stevenson on the drive. We count that. Count the bucket. Foul on Tapscott. Oh, Stevenson. Jacob Stevenson, 6'4" guard, Western Washington. He's been another one of those Bellingham stalwarts, at least 5-6 years with the squad.
I don't see his brother on the team this year.
No, not this year. Kind of weird. Some of the Bellingham mainstays like Tyler Amaya is now a coach. Brother Stevenson's not with the team. Hafford's with us. So it's kind of weird to start seeing the changing of the guard, so to speak.
Well, I'm glad Hafford moved down to Vancouver. He came down here because his brother has a construction company and said, hey, bro, I need your help, and that's our game.
Yeah, he also said he has a sister here as well in the area and grew up in Stevenson. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's not too far from Hood River.
Yeah, there you go. And that's what he said. He said he used to spend a lot of his time there, and he said the past 5 years he's been with the Slam just kind of kicking around Bellingham, and he did 4 different stints in China, Gary. And he was also in Romania at one time, and he said, well, just kind of a change of life right now, getting ready for that next stage.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. It might as well be Paul Hafford. So Ward's coming to the bench. Tarver's coming back into the game. And see, that's where you have it, Gary. When these guys go out, there is so much talent coming in.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've said it every year, most of our bench can start on other IBL teams. While the good part this year is we have IBL stars or former IBL All-Stars that start and on the bench.
Definitely. And yeah, I get the feeling like, say, Andre Murray wouldn't have to score 30 a night for us to be successful.
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off of you. Kind of similar to what, in a way, what the Blazers did with Damian Lillard picking up Eric Maynard, give that guy a rest, and you don't miss a beat with a veteran coming on.
Well, and even true to that form, Gary, a little more, they are expecting, Navarro says it's 90% sure he is, that Garrett Simp, the old U of O point guard, is coming on here in May.
Wow.
He's wrapping up Germany right now, a season over there. He's in one of the top 2 divisions, and he is the leader all time for ducks in games played.
That's incredible. We're just going to get stronger and
So,
stronger.
yeah, our assistant, Jeff Christensen, coached him in high school, apparently, and so there's that connection. And you know, when I say 90% sure, that means 10% not sure because it's the Ibble. So when he's here, that's when we will really tout it.
Yeah.
But when you were talking about that point guard thing, that's why I wanted to bring that out to you.
Good job.
So it's 21-13 in favor of the Slam. We're going a little cold now. A couple of different combinations of players out there who, like Gary was saying before, haven't played with each other before, maybe just in practice in one game. Daniel Dean got it in under the shot clock, however, traveling. And and as the crowd says, how about another opinion? And as Daniel Dean shoots a small look at the referee, Bellingham has the ball. 1:40 to go in this opening quarter. Looking at the stat sheet, Gary, what pops out? What says Gary? Talk about me over there.
Well, on our field goals, I mean, Bellingham's 8 of 18 and we're 5 of 20, so no one's really red hot right now. In fact, by IBL standards, this is a very low score, Maverick.
It is, because normally the scores are in the 120s. Is normally how it goes.
Yeah, so here we are in the first quarter, 1:23 left, 21-13.
And we have 13 points. And exactly, that's 13 is the amount of points we had in the fourth quarter on Friday. Yeah, having a hard time shaking off the loss and just getting used to the people. Tapscott even said today, Gary, before the game, this is a team built for the postseason.
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, like Joe was saying, I was talking to him, if you're going to play not so good, play it at the first half of the season, or at least the first few games,
Yeah.
and then at the end peak. So,
right, because the way the IBL works, Gary, a lot of those overseas guys come in May, end of May.
Right.
The tournaments comes in there end of June. So by June, you should hopefully have what you're going to have to go to the distance.
Right.
And going the distance was Josh Tarver right there. He had a little tug on the back of his jersey, but Josh didn't mind that.
No.
He'll take the 2 points. 23-15 in favor of the Slam. 30 seconds to go and counting in this first quarter. Up ahead there is number 3, Rico Wilkins. And there was a three-pointer. And there you go for Mr. Wilkins. So here we go. Vancouver will hold it for the last shot. Let's see if they can get a good play out together. Murray's going to hold it up there, looking for a screen from Dean. He got one. And now let's see where we go. Murray's going to take that to the house, blocked by Nick Moore. And there's the end of your first quarter. And not what we predicted here for the 2013 season, but it just happens like that. So right now we're going to take a break. After one quarter, Slam 25, the Vancouver Volcanoes 15 on FBTV, Channel 11. Welcome back, the O'Connell Sports Complex on the campus of Clark College. The 2013 debut of the ship Volcano, the USS Volcano, for this 9th season of IBL action. Down 25-15 after one quarter. Gary Akiyama, when you're looking at the stats, why are we down 10?
Why are we down 10? Well, when you look at the stats, let's look at the free throws, and 4 of 5 and 2 of 6. So, if we could make our free throws here, we'd be a lot closer.
I agree with you totally on that. And the shooting, 6 of 23 for Vancouver, 10 of 22 for Bellingham. So that's pretty much why you got it there. About the same shots, but Bellingham seems to make a few more at this point. And trying to update people about the IBL, Gary, the 9th season, based here in Vancouver, engaging high school level athletes, coaches, and business professionals, trying to foster international basketball talent focused on providing family-friendly events for fans in the great communities. Tonight's the Fan Fest, Gary, so it's a free admission tonight, telling people welcome into the IBL if you haven't seen us, and if you have, here's a big thank you for that.
Yeah, and then Saturday's game, next Saturday coming up on the 27th.
Yeah, that's the official season opener.
Right.
The official season opener. Oh, Murray was fouled. He almost had a 3+1, but he is going to get the 3 shots right here. So another guy who needs to kind of get off the schneid a little bit. He had a tough night Friday night, Gary.
Yeah, first game, I think it was like 4 of 18, which is definitely not Andre Murray. I mean, he's usually shooting 50, 60, 70%, but think, just getting the jitters a little bit first game and all that, especially up in Bellingham, man. That's a tough crowd.
Yeah, that's very true. Just a tough environment, not as warm and friendly as it is here. And yeah, that's exactly what Andre was saying. They just went cold at the end, flat out cold. Mike Ward said that. Joe Navarro said that. A 13-point quarter isn't very good, but of course a 15-point quarter is not much better. So we'll see if they can break this chain of crummy quarters.
Yeah, maybe they're reversing it. Have a crummy quarter this quarter, and now next 3 quarters do well.
Say crummy quarter 5 times fast. So about 11 minutes to go in the half, and it is 27-17 in favor of the Slam. And they just keep cutting to the basket, Gary. They just have us confused on that defensive end. Tarver, though, does cut to the middle and get an and one out of that.
Yeah, Josh is famous for that. I'm glad he's heads up, saw the seam opening. But we just are not adjusting, to their transition game at all. I mean, they're ready to shoot a basket when we're starting to come down to defend them.
I agree with you. I think that's the biggest problem. I think our offense is kind of finding its way, Gary. I'm not seeing the inside out for those 3-pointers except for the one Hafford heave from our scorer's table earlier. But what I am seeing is Bellingham, when they have the offense, they are just picking and cutting us to death for those layups.
Yeah, they're a team that like you say, when you work at Western Washington, and you all went to school together, you know each other just like your left hand knows the right hand.
Well, yeah, and if you're running the same offensive system and you're doing it a few days a week, and it's all there. So right now we have a timeout on the floor there. It looks like the scorer's table and Coach Ridnour are having a discussion of some sort with the referee right there too. And there's 2s and 4s and hand motions all made together. But the one thing I'm excited about is the chicken dance going down right now.
Yeah, we ought to have Kano over there and get Clay involved.
Well, forget those two. I want you out there.
Only in your dreams.
Yeah,
Maverick.
You can tell the coaching staff, they aren't really enthused about this chicken dance idea. There's something wrong with the scoring situation. And it might be that. And the dancers, by the way, they are brought to you by Akiyama Financial. That's what that's the truth right there. I just wanted to kind of put that in there. It's not a call to action or anything, but it is talk about the chicken dance and things that happen there.
Well, those uniforms look pretty spunky this year, Maverick.
Well,
so
they really do. So I would be all right by saying they are brought to you by Akiyama Financial.
Okay, well, good for them. Yeah.
Oh, good for everyone, I tell you.
We try to help everybody out.
One more time, it's the Ibble. So 29-18, 10:43 left in the opening half. Good steal by Tarver, up ahead to Murray after a spin-around pass.
Nice.
There's a bucket. So now let's see if we can happen here. 29-20, and let's see if the pressure can happen here, Gary, and let's see if we can take Bellingham out of that cutting offense.
Well, psychologically, that was very important for Andre to score that. Believe it or not, that's his first field goal.
There's a steal from Hafford, up ahead to Andre. Oh, not quite.
You see how he carried that ball, almost tucked it like a football.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost 1st and 10 right there, but he'll go to the line, and that's good. And like you're saying, Gary, maybe this is going to get him loose.
Yeah. First field goal, and free throw line, he's been doing fairly decent so far. So let's see what happens.
And those are some really funky sneakers he has on, Gary. You see those?
Oh, yes. Wow.
Are those brought to you by somebody as well?
No, I don't think our company got involved with that.
But, some red and green, and the socks are red, so he's making a fashion statement.
Yeah.
The IBL lets you do that. So a jumper there for number 11 is no good. Vancouver has the ball. Hafford looking up top there, trying to find opening behind the back. Recovers. Down low to Murray. And Murray gets no. Gio Bain tries the tip. No. Bear hugs Madison with the ball. Let's see if they can get a jump out of that. That was wrap around the back, Gary, but we'll see if they give it to him.
Yeah, that sure looked like a foul.
Officials for tonight's contest, Jeff Flowers, Jesse Liebman, and Sean Martin. And it is a jump ball.
Okay.
Gio Bain got crafty there. We'll take that.
7 foot against 6'10". Who wins?
Yeah, Bain versus Madison. And who gets that? Bellingham will get that. Well, Gary, I think what happened is right now the runs just aren't quite there. It's they can't seem to get that 4-0, 6-0 run or 8-2 run that they really need to get this thing established.
Yeah, early in the game still, but you're right. We have not had any runs, and Bellingham's just having their way with us right now.
Well, and there's Stevenson, Jacob Stevenson. He just keeps pouring it on.
Well,
up to 9 points on the night now, leading scorer for the Slam. So to reset your lineups here for the Canos, it is Tarver, Murray, Ward, Bain, and Hafford. Substitution for the Slam. And into the game there is number 32, Rory Blanche. Goes in for Nick Moore. Murray with the fadeaway. Andre 3000, he might be coming to play, Gary.
Yeah. He's got to get in the groove, and once he does, he'll make it happen.
Yeah, there's some signs of life right now for Mr. Murray.
Yep.
So off the pick, number 11 going the distance. That was Morris Anderson. Not quite. Here's Tarver. He sees the seam. He's got it.
Boy.
To the rack, Josh Tarver. Looking good there. 31-24. We've closed the gap. Pressure's on by Mike Ward. Him and Tarver, fantastic pressure tandem right there.
Yeah, I remember Mike. He was such a nemesis when you played for Olympia.
Oh, you bet. Heads up guard. Heads up guard. Stevenson drops another. Stops it right there. He knows how to stem the tide, I tell you. And Stevenson now is up to 11 points on the night.
Yeah, leading all scorers.
Yes. Murray for 2. Not quite. All right, Blanche with the rebound. Over to number 3, Rico Wilkins. Wilkins looking up top there. He can run a team, Gary. Ran Western Washington for a couple of years. Very exciting player. But maybe with the Slam, he's getting adjusted to the IBL and the Slam style of ball, so we'll see how that looks. That was some nice athleticism, but it is a charge. Tarver hits the deck, all for the Volcanoes. And now we got some subs coming in. Jake Carlisle coming in for Tarver. Bain coming out of the game. And who do we have in for his place? Gary, you're supposed to pick that up, but you didn't.
No, it's number 20, Chehalis Tapascott.
Okay, Tapscott's in the game. There we go.
Come on, Maverick.
See, like you said, Gary, it's been like summer break. It really has. Today as we're getting prepped here, everyone coming by. Hey, what have you been doing? Good to see you again.
Yeah. We got this. Our fans here. We got to tell them, hey, we're broadcasting a game. We can't talk to them.
It's not even the fans. It's like the workers and everything. All we're missing is like breaking out Summer Nights from Greece or something. That's about the only thing that's missing from this Volcano musical. So right now we have Mike Ward at the line for the second shot, and it is good. So the lead is cut down, 33-25. 8 minutes to go in this quarter. So the good news is the Volcanoes are keeping the Slam at least in shouting distance. The not so good news is they are still having a tough time finding the basket with any regularity.
Yeah, well, like I say, Navarro, he'll get them all pumped up coming second half, but right now we just got to find our way.
Tapscott got a little physical on the defense there, but there was no call, but Murray picks it up and says, I'm Andre 3000, I want another layup, and you will give it to me. 8 points on the night for Murray. And Madison a little off balance. That's not going to work. But what will work is Tapscott bringing it to Murray. Back to Tapscott. And kickball. You can tell they're starting to feel it, Gary. They're starting to get some space in between them on those breaks, starting to find the creases.
Yeah, it'll take a while to gel this team, and Joe thought it would take maybe 2 or 3 games. So this is our second game, so you can see signs of life and everybody kind of knowing each other.
And Hafford for that 3 on the curl. No luck, but Tapstop gets it. Back to Hafford. Over to Murray for the 3. No there. Tapscott fighting for that loose ball over Madison. It's picked up by Nick Moore. It's up ahead to Anderson. Morris the Cat. Alley-oop for Wilkins. No thank you. That's closed right now. And here comes Andre 3000. No. Tip is good, but there was a foul on Murray. So there you go. It seems to me, Gary, right now, I'm thinking that NBA 3 has got us a little funky. What do you think?
Yeah, that's you think a few more feet wouldn't make a difference, but it would.
Yeah, look at that. 1 of 8 for us, 1 of 7 from the slam.
Yeah, that's unheard of from both teams, really.
Yeah, that's the difference for a couple of feet and some tape, huh? So we have Murray at the line, shoes and all. It is down to 5 points now. Let's see if we can cut into that lead a little more. Hafford and Stevenson having a word there at half court, the 2 former teammates for many years. Hafford, it's actually his 7th year in the league. He played the 2nd year of the franchise with the Central Oregon Hotshots, played with Pip Bledsaw. Our own PA announcer, Kevin Clemenson, coached him that year. And then he's been in Bellingham for 5 years, and this is his first year over here.
And Paul, he's 19th on the list of all-time IBL scoring.
I thought he was getting pretty close.
Yeah, 1,186, so he's definitely in the top 20.
Nick Moore, cleanup on aisle 10. The former Olympia Reign member puts the slam back up, 35-29. Ward picking it over. Oh, nice look from Carlisle over to Tapscott. But it was a block by Nick Moore. I think Chehalis held it, Gary.
Yeah.
That extra dribble that might have hurt him that time.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Wilkins airballed that 3. Okay, Murray picks it up. He's beating people to the punch.
Nice. That's the old Andre Murray.
Oh, yeah, that it is. Well, you can see what's going on. That jumper, he's not feeling comfortable with it, so he's going right to the rack. Cuts that lead, 35-31. All right, Elgato, Morris Anderson, he's got it out there. Fights off the double team to Stevenson, whips it to Wilkins, down to Madison. The double team comes over. He's trapped. He's trapped. Was it a 5 count?
Boy, he looked like he stepped out even.
Oh, I think they did the step out on it. Good pressure there. Good by Tapscott and Carlisle on the pivot.
Yeah, Ridnour says, hey, we got to talk.
Yeah, Bledsaw is going to come into the game, so we'll see if the energy hits us there. And have the lead down to 4, so that's good news. 5:48 left in the second quarter. And while that's going to go on, we're going to take a small break. We'll see you pretty soon right back here on IBT FBTV, Channel 11. And welcome back. Clark College, the O'Connell Sports Center, nicknamed the Igloo. And you see the Clark Penguins on the wall there. We are very proud of our Penguins here in the Couve, Gary Akiyama. And the neat thing was, this is part of a renovation they did. So that logo you saw there, that sharp logo, that was part of the renovation. The wall painted gray now, that was part of the renovation. The C in the middle of the court, the gigantic C, looks kind of all cool too. That's part of the renovation. And they also did a little Boise State action, Gary. They colored in the what's inside the 3 out to the key.
Yeah, they spent some good money and I think it was well worth it. I mean, this place looks gorgeous now.
I agree. And what a better home for this place. And there's Kano's Dog Pound up there. And I don't know if people quite know, if you sit up there, maybe you have to bark. I'm not sure. It hasn't quite taken off yet. You know what my vision was for it, Gary, a couple years ago? Was a little roped-off section. Kind of like a Dog Pound, the Cleveland Browns football.
Absolutely.
You get up there, you get pumped, you get it moving, and it's just not quite there yet. I don't know. Maybe Mike and Gary's Dog Pound.
Ooh.
That'll work. That'll work. So, speaking of working, it's Mike Ward. He kind of runs the picket line there, dribbles past 3 guys, gets that layup in. 35-33. There's Bledsaw. Full court pressure. Love it, Gary. Love it.
Yep.
Can you believe he's the big 4-0?
The big 4-0 and still has it.
Oh, he's crazy good.
That should be a foul there.
Yeah.
But
and 15 on the slam. Drew Reddy. Yeah, he got a little taste of things there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. Nothing nice, but that's Pip for you.
Yeah, that's what a KG veteran with experience can do. He can make things happen on the court. Speaking of things happening.
Now, was that KG or veteran or what, Gary? What would you describe that as?
I would say it's a little bit of both, maybe a little bit of WWF.
Yeah, they changed it to E, Gary.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to the thousands.
Yeah, my age is showing already.
Are you going to talk about Hulk Hogan next? Is that what you're going to do? When he was part of the NWO? Is that what's going on?
Roddy Piper.
Oh, the rowdy one.
Portland Wrestling.
Oh, and I bet you're probably a fan of the Nature Boy, aren't you? Ric Flair. Woo! So 35-33 in favor of the Slam. Kicking out of there, the pass from number 15, Drew Reddy. Didn't quite get to the destination. It is out of bounds, folks.
Yep, good defense. We're only, a possession behind now, Maverick.
Yeah, I agree. There seems to be a little more oomph right now, a little more urgency, which is real nice. Mike Ward trying to find that opening. Yeah, Carlisle, just enough of a pick. It comes to Carlisle. Back over to Pip. Pip in the corner. Mike Ward. Another penetration. Oh, they got their hand on it, but Pip cleaned it up.
Pipster.
All right, welcome back to the IVL. Pip Bloodsaw. We didn't like you on that bench anyway. 35 apiece, second quarter, 4:38 left in the second quarter. And that had nothing to do with your coaching skills. We wanted you back out on the floor. Let me get that statement clear. So Murray's dribbling up the middle. Oh, Dipsy doing that number 15 over Nick Moore.
Yeah.
Andre 3000. That is why he is the MVP of the league.
Shades of Portland State.
Yeah,
wow.
The reigning MVP. And remember, at Portland State with Jeremiah Dominguez, 2 consecutive trips to the dance.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, Jay Carlisle took the charge.
Yeah. It's really nice to have the veterans out there because really, as you know, they're the ones charging up this team.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just the mix. I tell you, Jake Carlisle, Gary, he looks fantastic. He looks fantastic. After a year away from the game, or is it? Last year he didn't play.
Yeah, a year away from the game, and probably saw the cover story in the Columbia about a year ago where he graciously donated his kidney to his father-in-law. Great story.
Oh, that's fantastic. And it sounds like he had no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was going to get that done.
No, he didn't hesitate at all.
Yeah, very, very good guy to know and very insightful about the game. And looking here about what's going on here in the huddle, Rob Ridnour doing some coaching. What do you think, Gary? What's going on here?
Well, he's telling them, hey, guys, let's just settle down. Let's play our game. We were, having our way, and now all of a sudden you're not. So we got to adjust to their pressure. Let's change it up a little bit, mix it up. You see it up and down with his hands. Let's mix it up.
That was pretty good. I like that. I like that, Gary, doing the hand motions there. Mike Koreski with you, FETV Channel 11. The Gary Akiyama, he has the insight. I tell you that right now. And you're looking back in the huddle, Gary. What I was going to mention, too, I think he's talking about them staying with their man. Because Mike Ward, for example, had 2 different times where he dribbled past 3 guys on the way to the hoop when he came around and then cut to the hoop. 2 different times he passed like 3 guys in the mix.
Well, it makes a difference when the Volcanoes have veterans in the game because the Bellingham Slam we're used to it. They were used to the younger players, and with the veterans in there, they're running things a little differently.
Yeah, Mike Ward for the jumper. Not quite. Pip couldn't get that rebound. Here come the Bellingham Slam. And let's see if they can get a good defensive. And that's the thing, Gary, too. It seems like since the defensive pressure has been turned up a couple notches, Bellingham hasn't quite been as effective. So Ward with the steal. Talk about that defensive pressure, and he splits the gap and goes to Carlisle. Jumper. Oh, no.
Almost.
Stevenson with the rebound. He had a couple he was throwing some bows, Gary.
Yeah, he was.
He was sticking those out there. Usually those will happen to catch somebody in the face. Just happened to.
Nice D underneath there with Jake.
Yeah, very good D by Carlisle. So no finish for them. Murray shaking the man. He goes over to Hartman for a 3. Count that up. Alex Hartman. Let's see if he can get going.
Yeah, watch this because, as you know, Alex Hartman is a streak shooter. We've seen him, make 6 in a row before.
Oh, yeah. In the season opener last year, in the overtime against these Bellingham Slam dudes, he went crazy.
Yeah,
4 or 5.
We're talking
in the overtime.
Yeah, 3-pointers, not 2-pointers.
Yeah. This is NBA stuff. And there's Tapscott and Murray. They're pretty excited. The emotion's coming out, Gary, and this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah. Well overdue, and this is going to set well heading into halftime.
Yes, most definitely. And get this crowd going.
Yep.
That's why the guys like to play here, because the crowd gets a move in. It's a great environment, and this is what we need to complete it tonight. 40-35 in favor of your Volcanoes. Stevenson with the rebound. Got over Bloodsaw with that one. And that picks over to number 15. And that is Drew. He's ready for 2 points. 2:26 left in the opening half. Ready now has 6 on the night. Leading scorers for the Slam, Stevenson 11, Anderson 8, Ready 6. For your Canos, Murray 13, Tarver 6, and a bunch of guys with 4 and 3.
Yeah, nice to see Andre in double figures there. And you know that Stevenson, we've shut him down at 11. He's been at 11 for quite a while.
Yes, he has. He's hasn't shot the 3 yet. And maybe he's smart because he's knowing it's that couple feet is different. But Nick Moore will take it. Not quite. Volcanoes with the rebound. Here comes Ward. Good D. Good D over there. Stayed with him the whole time.
Oh, nice move. Wow.
That's what's called an answer to a prayer.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it was our prayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice move.
42-37 in favor of the Volcanoes. Yeah, they got Pip on it there, a little too physical. Pip saw him on that half-court line. He was really trying to get that violation.
You know, Pip is looking just great. I mean, for over 40 years old, he's got it, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. And Hafford into the game. Looks like Carlisle's taking a seat.
Yep.
Good run for Jake. Speaking of looking fantastic, yeah, good stuff. Good guys. So let's see here what they're doing. Bellingham, Nick Moore for the 3.
Air ball.
No, I tell you, that tape is freaking people out. It really is, Gary. Look at the threes. 1 for 9 for the Canos, 2 for 11. 2 for 11 for the Volcanoes, 1 for 9 for the Slam.
Yeah. The three-point NBA, it's making the adjustment. You're tired now, and you got to make the adjustment.
Yeah, there's Hartman for the 3. Nope. Look good, too. Loose ball picked up by Hartman. He picks it. Oh,
nice.
What a nice move. Nice move. That was good stuff. Oh, Taps got almost with the steal. Yep, Moore's going to bring it up. Murray meets him. Over to Stevenson. Over to Anderson. And there's a 3. No. Yeah. That's right. It cannot get him to fall right now.
1 of 9 for the Slam, and boy, last
actually,
year
I
they
think
would make.
I think that's 1 of 10 actually now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, gotta have the
they didn't put that up there.
official scorers table. Come on, guys.
Oh, Gary, if we are anything, or if we are not anything, it's official. So at the line here for the Slam is number 24, Chaz Cock. Forward, 6'6" from Simon Frazier. Hails from Linden, Washington. So let's see what happens. So Chad sinks the first one. Closes the gap there a little bit. So, Gary, what do you think the secret is? Why have we had a nice second quarter?
Well, I really think it's because of our veterans in there. I think, you know, with Pip in there and Carlisle, they made the big adjustment. They told the younger players what to do, where to go. And it's the experience.
I think so. Yeah, I agree with you because when they got the bench playing more, that's when things started to really happen a little better for them. Taps got cross court to Murray for a 3.
Oh, yeah, he's feeling it now.
Oh, no, 2 actually. It's
really?
a 2.
Boy,
yeah.
Looked good, though.
There you go. Oh, that tape. That blasted tape. 46-39 in favor of the Volcanoes. Corner shot. It falls. Chaz Cock. He's got it. 46-42. 3, 2, 1. And that ends your first half. A good half of ball, Gary. The Volcanoes scored some points from 15 at the first quarter to 46 now. And that's what's going to happen. So halftime's coming along here. And we're going to take a break. It's the Volcanoes 42, the Slam 46. Welcome back to Clark College, the campus, the place of higher learning. That's what we call it. And what goes on here at Clark College in the O'Connell Sports Center is your hometown Vancouver Volcanoes, Vancouver's first and only professional sports team. Good evening to you on FETV Channel 11. Mike Koreski with you, and the machine gun, Gary Akiyama, right over here. And speaking of machine guns, the Volcanoes finally got some of that going in the second quarter.
They finally did. They got their veterans in with, Pip Bloodsaw and Jack Carlisle, and I think that made a huge difference. Have KG veterans know what's going on in the game and instructing the youth, so that helped out a lot. So the 4-point differential, I know, Mavs, you like to say, okay, where's the differential at? Well, with a 4-point lead, it was pretty obvious in the stats. Slam 17 of 45 from the field. Volcanoes were 19 of 53. 4 points right there, and that's why we're ahead. Three-pointers, everybody was equal. We were 2 of 13, and they were 2 of 10. And like you mentioned, Maverick, this NBA three-point line is making a difference.
It's deceptive. It is very deceptive. I guess you would call it a siren in some ways, because it looks awful good out there until you step behind it and your soul's kind of messed up.
Yeah, because both teams usually make the threes or at least shoot 50%, and 20% or even less, that won't cut it. But
go ahead.
Hey, with the stats, Jared Stevenson, we silenced him. He has 11 points, but he had 11 points for quite a while in that second half.
Definitely. And Nick Moore has 8 for them. Morris Anderson has 8. You look over on the Kano side of the ledger, Andre Murray, Gary, what's been getting him going right now?
Well, fortunately, he got his confidence back. That first quarter wasn't looking good. 6 of 18 and 3 of 8 from the free throw line really helped out. So with 15 points, leading all scorers, we needed Andre 3000, as you affectionately call him, to be on fire and bring this team back.
And Tarver and Carlisle have 6 apiece. And let me see here. I thought I saw 5 in there. That's Alex Hartman. And then everybody else is at 3s and 2s and whatnot. So the Volcanoes have played 4 guys off the bench, and we'll see if they play some more. That's what will be interesting about it. So, Gary, second half, what do you think is going to happen?
Second half, we got to keep our momentum going. We got to play with intensity, just like we did that second quarter. First quarter, we were just kind of feeling each other out, trying to establish with the new players. So we got to keep the intensity up, because the Slam aren't going to give up.
Not at all. And you're saying bring the second quarter mentality into the second half.
Absolutely.
And don't shoot any more threes. Don't do it. So we have another half of basketball coming your way real quick here on FETV Channel 11. At halftime, your Vancouver Volcanoes 46, the Bellingham Slam 42. And we are back at you on FETV Channel 11 from the campus of Clark College, the OSC, the O'Connell Sports Center, otherwise known as the Igloo, otherwise known as the Vancouver Volcanoes home court for this 2013 season. 9 years in the making, Gary Akiyama.
Boy, can you believe that? 9 years.
I cannot. And what's even more scary or weird or odd or whatever you want to call it, you and I have been together on this for 6 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, in one form or another.
One form or another.
There you go. How can it be done without both of us, Gary? How can it be? So to start this half off, you have Stevenson on the turnaround over Tapscott, and it does not work. Murray up ahead to Josh Tarver. And looking here, 46-42 Volcanoes to start the third quarter. For the Volcanoes in the whites, you have Tarver, Hafford, Bain, Tapscott, and Murray. And for the Slam, you have number 15, Drew Reddy, number 3, Rico Wilkins, number 22, Jacob Stevenson, 42, Evan Madison, and number 11, Morris Anderson.
Yeah, Coach Navarro going with his starting 5 that he did at the beginning of the game for this half so far.
Sounds very familiar on the Bellingham side of the ledger as well. So Vancouver doesn't have quite a great possession to start the half, but Bellingham missed their shot as well. So it's always kind of interesting, Gary, the first couple of possessions in the third quarter, they're kind of just feeling what's going on there.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to say, okay, let's see if it still works or if it doesn't work, and just trying to adjust.
Well, and it almost feels like they're trying to find out what the other team's intensity level is.
Right.
They're trying to see if they are back up, if they're going to challenge them or just let them have it. So Bain with the rebound, not quite. No good on that putback for Gio. One of our additions for this year that we're looking for big things out of, Gio Bain, 7-footer from southern Mississippi. There was a picture of him I saw, Gary. He was diving for a loose ball against Derrick Rose of the Bulls. Seriously, when Rose was at Memphis, he played at Southern Miss. And, yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, that is Derrick Rose.
Well, these guys know the pros as well.
That's right. And also NBDL body. Definitely, that's what Navarro has called him. So we have Tarver going in on Wilkins. And there is Murray. Double team. He goes off the foot, but it didn't work.
Little.
And there's some over and back.
That was close.
Yeah, it got a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Anderson tried to grab the ball for Murray, but Murray wasn't having it. So here we go. Like you said, Gary, we're trying to take the second quarter into the second half.
Right. And
that is a G key, as we like to call it. So Anderson inbounds over to Stevenson, and here we go. Tapscott on him. Versatility for Tapscott. He can guard a lot of different positions on the floor with his quickness and size.
Nice block.
Madison blocked by Bain. Tarver up the gut over to Gio. Bain. His second one of the night. He gets pretty excited around that rim, doesn't he?
He does. You see that rim still shaking.
That's true. It is. Reverberating all through Clark County. So 48-42 in favor of your Volcanoes. 9:55 left in the third quarter. So maybe that'll get the crowd going and that'll get the Volcanoes going. You just need that one powder keg play, Gary.
Yep, nice momentum starter.
Madison passes off to the cutting number 3, Rico Wilkins. Rico now on the game has 6 points. Hafford over to Tapscott. Tapscott with some spin.
Nice move.
And some in. Chehalis, pretty good debut for the Volcanoes, wouldn't you say, Gary?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, being the IBL Rookie of the Year, and I think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, 6 rebounds on the night for Chehalis to go with 5 points. And see, he's trying to fit his way into this team as well. I mean, we're talking about the veterans kind of having to do things different. Well, a lot of these guys were superstars on their teams last year, and now they kind of have to adjust their mindset and their play.
That's a real good point. Several of these players on the teams they were on were superstars, like you say, Maverick, or were the star. And when you go on to a Volcano team, I mean, look at that bench. Look at the starters. We're crying out loud. Every one of them could be a star.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, everyone kind of has to have a different mindset and take a different idea to this. And can it work? That's the question.
Nice move.
Tapscott off the knee. Over to his friend there, Jared Cunningham, sitting here from the Portland Chinooks here on courtside. Very good year last year for the Portland Chinooks. And also a good year in the SPL, the Summer Pro League, and overseas too.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of potential players, coming back from overseas. But I see a lot of the players here this year are going to be headed over there after the IBL season.
Sure, and even before this season started, Evan Madison, 42, he had a tour over there. As we've talked about, a lot of ball players too.
Hey, I'm feeling good. Boy, that pita was hit the spot that Ron Carr brought to us during the break.
Special thanks to Ron Carr. He's like, here is a pita from the Pita Pit.
From the Pita Pit, Pita Stop. That was great.
Yes.
That was just right.
Gary was very satisfied. It was a low-fat snack for our low-fat guy. And I had to get used to it myself, but it was very good, I will admit. And, yeah, Gary, you're down 25 pounds these days.
Yeah, I am. Thank you very much for mentioning that.
What's your secret? Is it pitas?
Well, if I keep that up, I'll probably be up again.
No, that's a healthy snack, Gary.
No, it is.
Come on now. Don't disrespect the pita.
No, I love pitas, so it doesn't hurt to have it every now and then.
From the Pita Pit. 53-48 in favor of the Volcanoes. It is the third quarter, 8:23 left. And now that we've talked about pitas for a while, we've got to get back into this ball game. Still a great ball game. Jake Carlisle talking to the officiating crew there. And the officiating crew as well. That has been another thing. They have upgraded the officiating crew. And the biggest thing is they hired a guy, Tommy Nunez, right? Junior.
Yes.
And tell me about that situation.
Tommy Nunez, former NBA referee, and Charlene Graff, the commissioner, approached him about helping out the officiating for the IBL and kind of working like a farm system, if you will, with the IBL. IBL refs, they start here, they can work up to the NBA D-League, and hopefully someday be in the NBA. And Tommy Nunez was gracious enough to be helping the IBL. And I think actually he's on staff officially, head of referee for the IBL.
Nice. So he's officially an official.
right. Yeah.
Bump. Well, the thing about it, too, Gary, is when Brian Hunter took over being the main commissioner of the league, there was a lot of talk about the officiating. Let's make it consistent, whether it's in Bellingham or Vancouver or Salem or Yamhill, wherever it might be. And now this year, if it's in Texas or if it's in California, let's make it consistent. And what a better way to do that to bring in an NBA referee with that bloodline.
Right. And there's possibility these NBA referees could go overseas and ref as well because, part of the IBL is also owned by Japan, some businessmen over in Japan.
Exactly. There's a contingent there.
There is quite a contingent.
That's the 25-cent word of the day. Contingent. 53-48 in favor of the Volcanoes, 8:20 left in the third quarter. Tarver trying to get something red. Wilkins on that D. Over to Paul Hafford, driving the baseline. And there is a block on Drew Reddy.
Yeah.
So, Hafford, what do you think of his debut on this floor for the Volcanoes?
I think Paul's debut is, very acceptable. He's trying to get his feel just like any other team, on the new team. Not a bad night. 6 points, 6 ribbies, so, he's producing.
Well, and those 6 points, those are on 2 3-pointers. So he's like the only guy to not be confused by this NBA 3 line.
Right, yeah. I don't think he's attempted. Has he attempted some free throws? Not yet, not free throws, but definitely the 3-pointers.
Well, and he has a couple of those passes, Gary, that maybe weren't the assist, but they led to the pass that was the assist. But,
right.
Yeah, he's just trying to fit in, just like Tapscott, like Mike Ward, and the rest.
Right. He's one of those players that it doesn't show up in the stats, but he does a lot of things on that court that you don't realize unless you really know the game or follow the game that helps his teammates.
Oh, seriously, very heady player. So glad to have him. Let's see. So Hafford kicking over to Carlisle. Oh, almost. Tapscott fought for that rebound, but Bellingham has it. Good give and go there from Hafford to Carlisle. Just couldn't quite convert. Wilkins, no. Tapscott attacks the basket for the rebound. Up ahead to Andre. Let's see what the Murray does. Shake it a bake.
Oh, loves that move.
And there's not the make.
Good attempt, though.
Yeah. If points were based on attempts,
we'd be way ahead.
You got that right. We're styling, Gary. We're styling. And let's see here. So Bellingham's bringing the ball up. Murray's kind of just astonished at himself for that one. He's still kind of shaking his head on that one. All right, here we go. Stevenson, he was trying to look for that pass, but Murray knocked it away. Hafford picks it up, and the ball is loose. They call it there for Morris Anderson.
Yep, Morris the Cat.
What's our turnover margin looking like there, Googs?
Turnover margin is, let's look at the stat board here. Whoop. As I say that, it goes off.
And that is why I call you Google Gary. As we look at that, something tells me we might have to Google that.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
But if you could see it, you could probably see it was pretty even, in my opinion. Jacob Stevenson going to the hole. Jacob Stevenson going to the hole. The lead is down to 53-50. Tarver is tripped up. So the last couple times, Gary, it's felt like kind of a track meet when Vancouver gets the ball. There's a real focus on beating the guys down the floor.
Yeah, right now there really isn't a set play or anything. As you say, it's just kind of okay. Who can beat each other first? I think they're still trying to get a feel for the intensity of the game from both teams.
Into the game is Daniel Dean. Going to the bench is Chehalis Tapscott.
Yeah, that's going to be some big intensity under the boards there now.
And let's see Stevenson on Dean. Oh, Madison reaches up them big paws and snatches that out of the sky.
Yeah, I think he saw his eyes there and it almost telegraphed it.
And let's see, looks like a whistle's on the play. Foul is on Daniel Dean, 34. And at the line will be number 24, Chaz Koch for the Bellingham Slam. And it looks like Hartman's coming into the game for the Volcanoes.
Yeah, I think what Coach Navarro's hoping or thinking, that Alex gets hot being the streak shooter and have him see if he catches on fire with those 3-pointers.
And Murray's going to take a seat. Murray leaves still as the game's leading scorer with 15 points to go with 5 rebounds, 2 assists to this point.
Yeah, he's starting to gel now.
And second free throw is good. The lead is cut further, 53-52 Volcanoes, 6:29 left in the third quarter. And Tarver gets some daylight on his man. The ball is loose. Daniel Dean picks it up, goes back to Hartman. And looked like there was going to be something on Stevenson,
nice.
But no call. But Tarver picks it up. A very nice cleanup for Tarver. Now, Gary, would you say, Chaz Cock with the 3-pointer, it's tied up 55 apiece. So, Gary, would you say some of that momentum has been lost?
Yeah, I
the
think
second quarter?
It's definitely changed. I mean, it's kind of like 50-50 right now.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I would say it's changed. Both sides are kind of 50-50 right now.
Yeah, it kind of feels like both teams have had like some of their basketball mojo leave them.
Right.
Yeah, they're just kind of battling right now. It seems to be a really big battle. Nothing's coming easy. At either end. Yeah, and when I was saying that, Gary, I meant like Space Jam when the Monstars came into those NBA players, remember? They
I
took
remember
their
that
talent.
well, yes. One of my favorite movies there.
There's been plenty of times where the Volcanoes have had that happen to them during our ride here on FATV Channel 11 with the broadcasting. And there's just no better way to describe it. You remember Ewing and Barkley and them, all of a sudden they can barely walk, let alone dribble a ball.
My buddy, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, but the thing is, Gary, we kind of act like that all the time. And that is why we sit behind this desk.
Veterans in here now, so I think Navarro wants Carlisle and Pip to get the momentum back, actually.
Yeah. Hartman, Carlisle are in. Pip,
nice
like
hustle.
you were saying. Yeah, Daniel Dean. And there's a block on the play on Evan Madison.
Yeah, and he was a little 1 second too late on that one.
Well, and there's the thing. We forgot that Daniel Dean, Navarro reminded me, he was a major get. Daniel Dean was a major get for Oregon State out of high school.
Absolutely.
Major. He had 2 fantastic years for them as far as minutes played and the role he played. Coach Robinson got in there. Things kind of changed around. By the senior year, he was a little more on the end of things.
Yeah, wow.
But I'm glad to see him get a run now.
Yeah, he deserves a break here.
And let's see. And, of course, as he says that, he misses the free throw, so no breaks. Done.
Jinx my fellow Beaver. I better shut up right now.
Hey, at least he doesn't look like Benny the Beaver. And he misses the second one. So Anderson, he rebounds that. And Pip is picking him up right at half court, so that's good news. 55 apiece, 5:12 left in the third quarter. Oh, good D
nice
by Daniel
block.
Dean.
Nice block.
And here comes Ward. He's looking up, trying to find somebody. He finds Pip Bloodsoff. Pip goes to Carlisle for the 3.
Ooh.
I think there was a little bit of hand on that, but if not, just too deep to start with. And let's see, cross-court pass to Anderson, down to Stevenson. So nifty, and that is the slam for you, Gary. When you cut, they will find you.
Yeah, they have that down to the science.
Oh, they're best in the league on that, Gary, year after year. It is just crazy how consistent they are, no matter who's in those jerseys. So you have Pip Bloodsaw and the D. They are stacking that thing in, Gary. They are daring the Volcanoes to shoot some threes.
Yeah, even double teaming some of them.
They are. Up ahead, Morris the Cat. He's going for it. Oh, Hartman got his hand on it. Dean rebounds. Mike Ward has it. He's trying to look for some open jerseys. Can't find them, so it's back to the set offense.
Yeah,
I think, Gary, when the Volcanoes were successful in the second quarter, they were getting open floor, and they were getting some looks at the basket, some really nice looks.
Right, yeah. Bellingham's kind of tightened up that defense.
Well, definitely, and when Vancouver's getting to the hole now, they're off balance. They can't quite get that shot.
Well, and we're hurried like that.
Just like that one. He had a great move, Gary, but once he split the two guys, all of a sudden it's Rick Barry.
Yeah.
It's a grainy
Right.
layup attempt, and that wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah.
Wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah, we need to settle down now and run our sets and run our plays. We're getting a little too carried away, and when you do that, it's good on speed, but on the skill set, you can be a little wild.
Sure. Good picture opportunities. So Daniel Dean, he misses the first one. Missed 3 in a row now on the free throw line.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, Gary.
Thanks.
So Chehalis Tapscott coming in for Jake Carlisle. Good run there.
Yeah.
And now let's see what we have going on here. Dean coming in for the second one. Let's see if he can cut into that Bellingham lead. That's the first lead Bellingham has had in a little while, Gary.
Yeah.
We had control of this thing about second quarter,
Right.
about middle of the second quarter on until now. All right, down by 1, 57-56, 3:45 left. So Hartman's on Stevenson. Stevenson still gets to the hole.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's an and one
Oh,
and
boy.
a T. T on Hartman to boot.
Really?
That's a quick whistle. So the foul was on Daniel Dean for the and one. The other official come in and says, Hartman, you got a T.
Boy, must have said something, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Hello, Fan Appreciation Night.
Yeah.
Admission's free, and so are the technicals.
Yeah.
So we have number 11, Morris Anderson, at the line. Shooting the T is what I'm thinking, because I think you'll grab everyone down there when you want the and one, correct? And Ridnour's discussing that with the official, as we're talking about.
Right.
And with the officiating, Gary, we talked about that a little bit with the new regime of the officiating. It's trying to get more consistent. What have you been seeing so far with that?
Well, actually, I don't have any complaints other than we're behind. I think the refs have really done a good job, and calling that quick tee like that makes a statement right there that they're not going to put up with anything.
Yeah, spoken like a true homer. But Gary, that is why you're here, and that is why you are the man. So I'm in total agreement with you in all seriousness. I think it's been a very consistent game. It hasn't got you rough, because that was the thing. Some officiating crews in the past would let some things fly, and the bodies started flying, and it just was a matter of how out of hand would it get before they would try to rein it back in.
Right.
And it's just not getting there right now.
Well, I would say that's a big tribute also to what Charlene Graff, the commissioner, is trying to do, and really Tommy Nunez, and really the whole league buying into having the referees take it to the next level.
Well, sure, and actually Nunez was at the referee tryout camp too, and that tells the referees right away what the expectation is.
Exactly.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Ward does a little spin cycle. He is going to the line. Interesting game for Mike Ward, Gary. Ton of speed out there, but Bellingham has really been sagging on him when he gets the ball.
Yeah. Mike has been, one of the players in the league that is a seasoned veteran as well, but they really have stopped him so far. 1 of 7 and 1 of 4 from the free throw line before that, and really he's only had 3 points. So a little unusual for Mike Ward. Usually when he played us, he would always haunt us.
Definitely. Well, and he would when you least expected it. That was when all of a sudden Mike Ward comes to play. It's just when you think things are done and, not happening. So, yeah, we've got, 60-57, and it is the slam in front of the Volcanoes. We were chuckling because right here in front of us was Kano talking to the Chinooks, Jared Cunningham. And that was pretty interesting, some of those motions he was making to him.
Yeah, there's a foul right there on Pip.
Foul, or did Pip cause a play?
Yeah.
Because it seems the crowd likes it.
Yeah, I think he was fouled.
Oh, Pip was fouled.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pip was fouled, yeah.
Gotcha. And I think, too, Gary, here's a question. Do you think the cleaner game is because of that more open three-point line, that farther back three line?
That's a good point. I think it does make a difference because when you bring it out there, you're not playing it as tight.
Well, but on the other hand, now the teams are stopping shooting so many threes, so wouldn't that pound it in farther? I'm kind of confused.
Well,
what would you go with? Your first or mine?
I'll be diplomatic and say both of them.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. So Wilkins over there to Stevenson. Stevens, Hartman, he puts that thing off the glass. Ward picks up the loose ball. And there's Hartman for a 2. Oh, no. And there's the rebound by 32, Rory Blanche. 6'6" forward from Western Washington. Rico Wilkins, no. Ward gets it. He's looking up ahead. Takes it himself.
Oh,
Not quite. Yeah, he just can't quite get going, Mike Ward. But who can get going is Chehalis Tapscott, clean up on aisle 10. Tapscott, Gary, another reason he's a prolific scorer is because he can clean up the stuff under the hoop with the rebounds and putbacks, yet he can shoot really well and play in the open court.
Yeah, his stats look really, really good right now. 8 points, 9 ribbies, and 1 assist.
Oh, yeah, 2 of 4 from free throws. And what do we have? Over and back on Stevenson.
Yeah.
Good job, Chehalis Tapscott, on that.
Yeah, that was good defensive move.
60-60, 2:15 left on this Fan Appreciation Sunday.
60-60.
60-60. We appreciate you, fans. We don't want to score.
and really, Maverick, that's still a low score.
It is.
You know.
It is. Let's see. But then again, with the IBL, you get some wide open stuff going, and you can get a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah.
And especially if anyone gets going behind the 3 line, because, Gary, it's the Ibble. That is what it is. I think we should print T-shirts. That's what I think.
There you go.
It's the Ibble.
It's the Ibble.
At least for us in the production crew.
Yeah.
I think that's where we need to go.
Yeah.
So, brought to you by Akiyama Financial.
No, that was not. No.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's Alex Hartman with a really nice take. 62-60 in favor of the Volcanoes. So here we go. Oh, Moore gets across half court, does a little pass over there, and it's blocked. It is blocked. Up ahead is Mike Ward.
A little too early.
He just kind of lost the ball on that 3-on-1 break. Yeah. Stevenson up ahead. Oh, and one for Rory Blanche.
Boy.
Count it. And this is what I was talking about, Gary. Points come really quick as you get you get the athleticism coming out in the open court with the IBL.
62 up.
And an and one. And I'm glad our camera guy Sean survived it.
Wow, especially with those earrings he's wearing.
Yeah. He's got bullets in there, ladies and gentlemen.
Literally.
He has got bullets to spare. And that was a really nice conversation before in the trailer, Gary. Yeah. It was good pregame stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to him. That was fun.
Beyond the Eye, we love you guys. So we've got Mike Ward looking for some daylight. He kicks over to Tapscott. The ball is loose. Picked up by Blanche. Up ahead to Wilkins. He's got Murray to beat, and he does.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Thought he was going to show off his dunk there.
I thought he was, too. I thought it was a dunk contest entry. But instead, it was just like athleticism. And that's the IBL, Gary. That's the thing that differs the IBL from a lot of leagues is the athleticism you can see in the open court.
Yeah.
And we have Tapscott. Nick Moore's on him. Tapscott shake and bake. And a foul. That's what I'm starting to see, Gary, because of the three-point shooting is not quite three-point shooting that these guys are used to, so there's a lot of one-on-one stuff going on right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and that's what shows the athlete, how diversified and how good they are.
Well, it's athleticism over points.
Yeah.
Everything goes to the line.
But when you go to the hoop like that too, you get bound to have more people at the free throw line as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, I was saying versus a wide open jump shot, or something like that. But right now, no one's camping out at the 3 line.
No, because
no one's camping out at the 2 line either. the old 3 line's the 2 line, and no one's going there anymore.
There you go.
So interesting to see. And there we go. Stevenson over to Chris Koch for 3. No. Bloodsaw for the rebound, and here we go. 32 seconds left. Yeah, they'll have to get this in. Nope, it's about the same on the shot clock too. Okay, here we go. Almost lost it. Over to Tapscott. The shot clock's down to 10. Murray's got it. Wilkins on the D. Tapscott looking to create something. He does. A turnaround jump shot.
Nice.
Off the window. All right, 12.6 left in the quarter. Bellingham will keep it. So Koch brings up. He's going to the rack. No. Off balance. Gets his own rebound. And one.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. that initial breakdown to allow him to go to the hole, then just created all the other opportunities. And looks like it's an and one situation, Gary. Did you see it? Or did they say before the shot?
There's so many people around there, I couldn't see the referee call.
Oh, use that as an excuse. Oh, Gary.
Okay,
right.
you call it then.
I'm going to say one.
One?
I'm saying one because they look pretty intense. It's not just hanging out.
It looks like he scored the two though.
I'm thinking so because the ref did the hand on the hand on the head motion.
Okay, so
I thought he did that.
Probably,
Well,
count it in
0.5 left. I don't know. Tapscott's saying a few words to him, so that's kind of interesting. He missed it.
Yep.
And that ends your third quarter. So we got a ball game. We still have a ball game. First one of the year, Gary, and in true Volcano fashion, entertaining stuff. So after 3 periods of play, your Vancouver Volcanoes 66, the Bellingham Slam 66, and we will be back shortly right here on FVTV, Channel 11. And welcome back, Channel 11 FVTV, Vancouver Volcano Basketball. And right there, Gary Akiyama is the brain trust of the Volcanoes, Joe Navarro, and his assistant, Jeff Christensen.
Absolutely, yeah. Both of them from Concordia University. Stats were interested, Maverick. We had 26 attempts from the field, so did Bellingham. 3 attempts from their three-point line, so did Bellingham. Assists were the same as well, so it's really indicative of this tie.
Well, and also indicative of this tie is that both teams are going up and down the floor, and until right there, the layup from Chaz Koch, it was very unproductive. It looked really good, but once again, it was kind of out of the possession. It was kind of out of position to convert.
Yeah, we've held Stevenson to 17 points, and indicative of that, we held him to only 6 points in the third quarter, and that's really kept us in the game.
Agreed. 68-66 in favor of the Slam. Under 11 minutes left in your ball game, the first game of 2013. And the Slam, they had about a 5-6 point lead there in the third quarter for a little while. But, now they're up by 2. There's an NBA 3 for NBA no. And Mike Ward up ahead.
I'll make it 3
he
of 14.
beats Wilkins to the basket. And there we go. Nice little turnaround move. Mike Ward breaks a slump.
Yeah.
We will take that. In fact, he's 2 of 10 on the night from the field. All right, Madison trying to make a move, but Tapscott's on him, the athletic Tapscott. Over to Wilkins. He beats Ward to the hoop. No conversion, though. Did Pip get called? Pip get caught? I think Pip was giving Stevenson a little too much box out on that rebound when he was up in the air.
Alex was a good diversion, though. I mean, he really diverted that basket from going
Well,
in.
I mean, you were talking about the cagey veteran thing because Pip, he just did it, and then he just started walking. He just started going up the floor.
like nothing ever happened.
You got it. He's going to the bench now for Paul Hafford. So for the Volcanoes, Tarver, Hartman, Hafford, Murray, Tapscott. And there's Nick Moore there. Over to Chaz Koch for 3. All right, Hartman with the rebound. Here comes the Volcanoes. Let's see if they can get a productive trip down the floor. Hartman going in, and a foul is called.
Yep, good move.
Yeah, the thing I guess concerns me a little more, Gary, is I'm cool with trying to get going and get your motor running by going to the basket. But then you got to take it a little farther, get some spacing, get some ball sharing and things going on.
Yeah, and that's, to be quite honest, we've not really synced 100% with that tonight. It's been in spurts, it's been in different moments, but enough to keep us in the ball game. But down the season stretch, you're going to have to do more than that.
Agreed. So Hartman at the line. Misses the first one. And let's see. And Hartman is 3 for 12 from the field on the night.
Ooh,
and he misses the second free
11
throw.
of 28 for the team.
So, looking at the line, Gary, the Volcanoes, 11 of 29. And the Slam, 11 of 15. So Murray does get a steal, though. He's got the open court. No conversion.
Boy.
Oh, Moore, nice rebound. Tarver tried to pick off the pass, but Madison recovers. Oh, the ball is loose. Now it is not. Over to Morris Anderson. Down low, Nick Moore. Thank you, Jacob Stevenson. Yeah, Bellingham kind of pulled that out and did like a mini break on that one.
Yeah.
All right, so down low is Jake Carlisle. Madison gives him something tough down there, and it is a foul. All right, back to the line. So, Gary, if you could do a free throw percentage in your head, and I know you can, what would it be for the Volcanoes right now?
It would be 47% from the free throw line.
And declining as we speak. Tapscott coming in for Hartman. It looks like Navarre right now, he's trying to find that combination. He's trying to find that combination of players that'll work.
Yeah, we haven't seen J.R. Moore in there too much at all.
No, we haven't in Gio ever since that electric putback in the third quarter. He has not been in either.
And, of course, he also hasn't been in the game, though, but he might put him in there just to try to get some three-point action. Kind of like a Brad Lechtenberg type of player.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. All right, Anderson was double-teamed. Goes to Reddy, goes down to Evan Madison to a cutting Stevenson. Count it.
Boy.
72-69 slam, 8:55 to go. And if you're looking there on the Volcano bench, Gary, Joe Navarro, what are you looking for?
Well, he's just making sure that we're running our sets and running the plays. And there's a little facial there of discussion, and it resulted in a turnover. So he's not really pleased with the way we are running the sets.
74-69 in favor of the slam, 8:30 to go. Their largest lead since probably midway through the third quarter there. Hafford with Stevenson on him, comes off the pick. Behind the back, picked off by Morris Anderson. And Nagato converts and one.
Yeah, we need to call a timeout here. We're just getting...
Jake did a little tack on that one there.
Getting a little too cutesy and just not running the plays at all.
Yes, timeout on the floor. There seems to be a level of talent that has left us.
Yeah, we're just forcing too many things.
Yeah, it just looks really out of sync right now. So to break we go. The Slam 76, the Volcanoes 69. And we're back here, campus of Clark College, the O'Connell Sports Complex. The Slam beating the Volcanoes 76-69 to start the 2013 season. Mike Koreski with you, Gary Akiyama, the ever-ready man. He's right here, too. And wanted to mention to you the dancers, you didn't see them out here, but they were sponsored by Akiyama Financial, the Vancouver Volcano Dancers. Great program Coach Desiree Good has there. And there's those uniforms that we were talking about. Put together very nice. Let us represent in the IBL. At the line for the Bellingham Slam is Morris Anderson on an and one. And when you're looking at the coaching staff, Ridenour and Amaya, what's Coach Ridenour wants to see happening right now, Gary?
Well, obviously he wants to keep that intensity going, and he thinks they're playing great ball right now. I can just tell by his demeanor there.
Well, yeah, he's saying grind it out. Make them go 1-on-4 because we can sag in. Just like that. Jake had three guys on him.
Yeah.
So Hafford for a three.
Oh.
No. That would have been nice. Tarver saves it to Chehalis Tapscott, and there's a foul. So right now what's going on, they are overly sagging on every single thing, Gary.
Yeah, overly sagging, double teaming, and they're not even coming out on the 3 points. So we try to make our 3 points, they go, okay, take it.
No, 3 of 16 from the field, and that shows right there that this means Vancouver has to get their stuff from the line. But see, the issue is, Gary, the line has not been kind to them tonight.
No, and then we're on the free throw line, and we're only 12 of 31. That's horrible.
Yeah, we need a Band-Aid for that one.
Yeah, you're not going to win against any team shooting like that.
Well, Tapscott with the second one. He does bury that one. So 76-70, 7:51 left in the fourth and final stanza of tonight's opening voyage of the USS Volcano for the 2013 season. Anderson splits that double team, kicks over, and no three-pointer there. Carlisle rebounds out to Paul Hafford. Stevenson does pick him up at the 3 line, though, and Hafford goes to the hole. So the one thing, it looks like Paul Hafford's the one guy that's giving them, that they're giving them respect to come out on at the 3 line.
Well, I think that obviously former teammate.
Yeah,
and
they know what he's about.
Yeah, big impact. Well, the good part is he knows what they're about, too.
Yeah, but I know what you're about. So Hafford does hit the first one. And so that's good news. We haven't had the front end of a one-on-one in a while, or a 2-shot sequence.
Oh, there we go.
So he does get them both. So Hafford, looks like there's some signs of life for him as well. He has 8 points to go with 6 boards. So now Hafford on Stevenson, the ex-teammates. Chaz Cock for the 3.
Oh, boy.
And loaded. 79-72 in favor of the Slam. NBA 3 right there.
Yeah, he's been kind of the quiet assassin, if you will, Maverick. 17 points and 5 ribbies.
And 3 of 4 from the 3.
Yeah, so he's figured it out.
That's pretty crazy. And Tarver did figure out how to get it over Evan Madison's outstretched hands, so that does cut the lead. Now let's see if they can get some defense. They need a few stops in a row, Gary, and they just haven't seemed to quite get those yet.
Right, yeah, doesn't help when you're trading baskets.
Yeah, Pip with the steal. Pip with the steal. Got one man to beat, and he does not. Got a little crazy there.
And they're calling offensive foul.
Yeah,
Are
offensive
you kidding
foul.
me?
Who was that on there? Not quite sure who that offensive foul was on. But the Slam are getting the ball back, and that's the meat of the matter. And let's see here. So Stevenson inbounds, and he gets the ball back. He calls the play. Up by 5, 6:40 to go. And people are starting to clap. That's a good thing.
Yep, got to get into it.
Yeah, you've got to get into it.
Gotta
This is
be
what
the-
it's about. This is basketball. And Madison, oh, he was blocked.
Yeah.
Tapscott recovers it. Nice play by Chehalis. Over to Paul Hafford. He pulls up for that 3.
Oh.
That would have been nice, but not quite. All right, Tarver rebounds it. Hafford's wanting it. He's saying, give me the ball. Tarver did not on that occasion. Down low, Jake Carlisle. No. Chehalis, no. Madison
foul there?
rejected.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. That was right at the shot clock, too. Oh, foul on Vancouver, though.
Really?
Foul on Vancouver. And Chehalis says, what? You could see that plain as day on his face.
Well, that's his 5th foul. Talking about what?
Yeah, that's not very nice. He's been our warrior under the rebound, under the boards, Gary. He has been the one guy who's been able to really keep us in this ball game. So the coaching staff, Navarro and Christensen, kind of got to figure out what's next. Stevenson lost the ball in the translation. Up ahead is Paul Hafford. We'll take that. 79-76. The lead is 3 for the Slam. 5:39 to go in the ball game.
Yep, just a 1-possession difference.
Yes, that's very true. Madison turns in on Carlisle. No. All right, Volcanoes have it. Tarver over to Hafford. Oh,
nice move.
Looked like he was going to throw that to the corner, but he's like, nope, here's your dipsy-do.
Yep.
All right, Paul Hafford, thank you very much for coming to Vancouver, you ex-nemesis. 79-78, about 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Tapscott doing a really good job not going for the waist fakes from the Slam ball player. But the tip-in is good from Evan Madison. When you have that long frame, Gary, you can do a lot of things.
Yep.
Tarver pulls up. No 3. Madison rebounds. And here comes Bellingham. And let's see. Come on, where's some defense chance, crowd? There we go. All right,
Nice
steal. Tarver.
Whistle on the play.
And he is physically accosted as he tries to break through 2 guys. Now they just got to figure out who it's on, and we can proceed with this game.
Well, if you look at the Slam Maverick, got Morris has Anderson has 5 fouls as well as Reddy.
We might try to get this going. So, what you see here, Gary, 81-78 in favor of the Slam. What's it going to take for the Volcanoes to get the crowd into this, or the crowd to get into the Volcanoes?
Well, yeah, I think with the 6th man, as you say, the crowd really needs to start getting into it and support the Volcanoes.
Yes, we need some major minutes logged from the 6th man tonight.
Yeah.
And as pure professional fashion, Rob Ridnour talking to the officials. Jacob Stevenson talking to the officials. That never happens, Gary. Never happens.
Well,
always want to know. I'd always want one of these guys to be mic'd, Gary. I don't know if it would be family approved, but I would be interested.
that would be, hey, that's a good project to look at.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
mic 'em up.
Let's put that in the IBL suggestion box. Dude.
Okay. Mike,
Let's do this.
Mic 'em up.
Send him an email. Send him an email. So we're into the huddle. Rob Ridnour doing some directions. What's it going to take for them to bring it home, Gary?
well, I'll tell you what we need to do, it's only a one-possession game, even though we haven't played that well. We're not shooting our free throws, but here's where that counts down, the final 4 minutes. Just play with intensity. I'd say just go to the hoop. Forget about the threes right now. We just need to go to the hoop, have them foul us, and make things happen.
Yeah, it's such a close game, like you were saying, a one-possession game. It's hard to chart a course except trying to build on a couple good plays in a row.
Yeah.
Just haven't seen that tonight. We've seen flashes of a good sequence or two, but they haven't been combined with a defensive stop or two. It just kind of seems like the Volcano cars in neutral.
You're right. So that's why I say we should go inside and take our chances inside, and hopefully they foul you as well.
Well, I don't know, though. The way the line's going, I think you got to get Paul Hafford loose. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, he can go off.
He's the one guy who can give you some outside presence. But Tarver sinks one. Good deal on that. And Wilkins coming in for Anderson. Like you said, he's in the foul trouble. And I'm sure Coach Ridnour doesn't want something ticky-tack to end his night.
Right. Tapascott's out. He was in foul trouble with 5. You got Alex Hartman in there, who can light things up with the 3 and his aggressive play.
He can get going. You bet he can. All right, Tarver sinks the second. 81-80 in favor of the Slam. 4:36 to go. Full court pressure. Wilkins recognizes it. Has Tarver on him. Breaks half court. Goes over there. Number 33, Nick Moore, goes back to Wilkins. And Drew Reddy. Tarver's all over him. Off the screen from Moore. In the corner, Wilkins goes to Nick Moore for a 2, but he was traveling. You know why, Gary? The 3 line is different, and he could not find it.
You are going to make that statement this year, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Well, I just think this is the one where it just seems real, nose in front of the face, obvious.
Pretty obvious, yeah.
Just call me Captain Obvious, my trusty sidekick. Let's see here. Tarver, there's Hafford. There he is. Light it up, Paul. Up over to Tarver. Back to Pitt for the jumper. Bummer. Hartman, offensive foul on the rebound.
Probably should have took that shot a couple passes earlier.
The refs did not heart Hartman on that call.
Yeah, look at Alex's eyes. If his eyes could
shoot lasers?
Yeah.
They would. All right, so now 32 for the Slam. That's Rory Blanche going to the line. It's a 1-point game with under 4 minutes to go.
Yep.
And Chaz Cock coming into the game for the Slam, getting ready to. Like you said, he's been pretty big for them tonight. The silent assassin, as you were calling him.
Right, yeah. He's just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, and now you have Andre 3000 coming in. Blanche misses the first one, so we're liking that. Subs are waved in. Murray's coming in. And in for Pitt.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I'm still thinking Hafford's the key here, Gary.
Okay.
Still thinking he's the key to this.
Well, I won't doubt you at all on that one. I think also the other key is Andre.
Yeah, you can't count out the MVP.
No.
That's why he's got that title.
That's right.
All right. So Chaz Cock comes in for Rory Blanche. And here we go. Volcanoes looking to tie this thing up under 4 minutes to go in the first game of the 2013 season. There's a steal.
Fortunately,
and
turnover.
Jacob Stevenson, very athletic, misses the dancer just barely. And he has a grin on his face afterwards because she is huddled up.
Yes.
She was thinking her life was passing before her eyes on that one. Because, there's no room. There's no sideline room here.
No.
Yeah, that causes many an injury to a Saturday morning ball player like ourselves, how we used to be. And going to the hole there.
Josh Tarver.
That was Alex Hartman. Or was that Tarver?
It was Go
Tarver.
Beeves. Go Beeves.
Yeah, go Beeves. My fault. Okay. And 15 going there. No. Carlisle picks up, goes to Tarver, goes to Hafford. Here we go. Let's see what happens. See if they can get this one because they do need a bucket.
Yep.
Hafford picks up the dribble, goes to Hartman. Hartman back to Hafford for the three. Oh, that would have been nice.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
Carlisle reached out, and it's a timeout on the play.
Timeout by Ridenour.
All right. Navarro's got an intense look in his eye. He's got the board, Gary. He's going to draw something up.
Yep.
He's going to draw something up special.
Boy, I Shades, I hate to say this, Maverick, but we've seen a lot of overtime games over our tenure.
You've got that. We have. And the more we don't talk about it, the more it happens.
Yes. And
I
especially
tell ya.
against the Slam.
Oh, yeah. We've never won at their place. We don't like to talk about it, but we've never won it over at their place in the 6 years we have been playing them. However, they've only won on this court twice in those 6 years.
Right.
And last year on opening, one of our first games here, we did beat them at the end in overtime. On opening night, as a matter of fact. But the night where Gary Akiyama and so many others got their championship rings, Bellingham, they took a spatula to our backsides.
Yeah, they actually used their nickname, the Slam, and we got slammed.
Yeah, that was one of the ugliest games I have watched on this court. So we'll see what happens. The moral of the story is never do anything special when the Slam are here to play. Let the basketball speak for itself.
Yeah.
So Navarro intently looking on there. He wants this one, Gary.
Yeah, he does.
Wants this one.
Yeah, he remembers.
You can tell. He doesn't like the taste on Friday night, and he knows when you've got this much talent, you've got to get it done. Oh. And 33, Nick Moore, he missed that putback. But Jake Carlisle is not.
Nice assist.
Veteran to veteran.
Yep.
Hartman finds Carlisle on that 3-on-2. 84-82 Volcanoes.
Got to get
Stevenson. He finds Chas Cock. He goes to the middle. Nice floater. 84 apiece.
Yep.
2:26 to go. All right, Rico Wilkins bearing down on Josh Tarver. That's a matchup, Gary. Speed on speed.
Oh, that's a
little
great
grab
matchup.
the jersey. Just let you know he's around. Hafford's got it. Back to Tarver. Tarver penetrates.
Oh, he's fouled, though.
Very good athletic move, switching over to the left hand on that. And his reward for that is 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's what an intelligent player will do. I mean, Josh knows what it takes to get that basket, or not. If he doesn't get the basket, at least get to the charity line.
Yeah, he is a very complete point guard. Very complete, Gary. He doesn't do a bunch of stuff flashy, but the speed he gives you and his knack of finding the open man on the break with timely three-point shooting and knowing when to go to the basket, he's money.
Made a key basket there. Need one more.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
And he sinks the second one. 86-84 Volcanoes. 2 minutes to go in this contest.
Oh, boy. Here we go, Maverick.
Yeah, Jinx Akiyama, as I like to call him, has put this thing into overtime before it's even done. So, we have Chas Cock out there for a three-pointer. Yeah, I like the suggestion of the truck, Gary, that you're buying everyone dinner if it goes to overtime. Of course, people in the trailer don't know that Gary's idea of dinner is the Taco Bell value menu. But little does he know, that's what I live on. Okay, so Tarver misses it to the middle.
Boy.
And Wilkins, he's picking it up. He is trying to find some daylight. He goes to Chas Cock. He's getting double-teamed, pretty heavy, and Moore almost loses it. Morris the Cat in the corner. Anderson, no.
Yeah, protect the ball. Good idea. Here we go. Run your
right,
sets.
Here we go.
Take your time. We're ahead.
Tarver waving it off. He doesn't want that screen from Hafford, so Hafford's backing off. Tarver wants to take him on his own. Tarver and Hafford having some communication. Hafford picks it up, looking for his penetration.
Oh, he was fouled there. Get in there.
Oh,
no.
2 putbacks, no. The ball is loose.
Whose ball?
Where are we going?
Volcano.
Vancouver Volcano basketball. All right, Murray coming back in. He's coming in for Pitt. Here we go. I tell you, I do like Tapscott up there on the bench. He is up, Gary. He is with this thing.
Yeah.
Love his enthusiasm. Navarro's got to set him down. He just did. He set him down. He said, you can't do this. Okay, Hartman, oh so close to that half-court line. Nick Moore right on him. Shot clock's at 11, counting down. Hartman wants him. Can he take him?
Yes.
You bet he can.
Gotta get back.
A Hart for the deuce. The ball is up ahead. Oh, Hartman with the rejection. Oh, Stevenson picks it up. And what do we got?
Yeah, offensive.
Charging.
Yeah.
A Hart.
Yeah.
What a nice play.
Yeah, we were set. We were obviously set there.
What a nice play. Yeah,
Yeah.
The veteran move. The caginess, as Gary likes to call it.
The caginess.
It is out. And that might be the thing that'll give him a victory. The caginess.
Nice.
Speaking of Cajun.
Yeah.
Speaking of cagey, that's Paul Hafford adding to his point total. 14 on the night. This isn't bad, is it? 90-84 Volcanoes, 28.6 left.
2 possession games.
Two possessions. See, we got.
I'm feeling better though, Maverick.
Me too. Huge
Yeah.
basket right there. That was important. All right. And I think another reason the Portland guys are here, Gary, is because we're playing them in the Battle of the Bridge
Oh yeah.
this coming Saturday.
They're scouting
so a
us
little
out.
bit of scouting action too.
Yep.
Besides picking it up Ibble style, your entertainment.
Yeah.
So Rob Ridnour, he's got a chair, Gary. He's got a board. What's in his head?
Well, he's going to try to come up with a quick play here. I mean, you got only 29.6 seconds left, so he might come up and say, okay, here's the 3. We'll go for the 3. If we don't have that, we'll go for the obvious 2. Maybe we'll get fouled. Maybe we won't. Get back, and let's. I bet you you're going to press them if they scored.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. So it will be a quick. Now, will it be a quick 3 because of the NBA line?
Well, that's okay. You bring that up again, Maverick, and that's
Think about it.
real
Think about it.
good
so,
point.
For the game, they are 4 of 17. Now, if it's a regular 3 line, there's no question. But what
Right.
happens with that 2 feet out of
Well,
it?
I think they're going to say if you got the 3 and you're open, take it. If you don't have it, penetrate inside. Hopefully, you make a basket and you might get a foul.
See, this is funny, Gary, because I was going the exact opposite.
Okay.
I was going to say go to the rack and look for the open guy. But are they going to be at the 3 or are they going to be inside of it?
That's why you say tomato or tomato.
That's right.
You know,
and we're not calling the whole thing off, Gary.
And I
we're not doing it.
And I think we're both right, actually. I'm not trying to be political here, but it could go either way there, Maverick. And right now, 30 seconds, so they increased it, 30.1 seconds. That's still a lot of time.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
A lot of time.
So props to them for getting the time right. It's important to do that at the end of games. And sometimes we take everyone for granted, you know, who works those tables and stuff. It's not an easy job, though.
No.
So good for them. I'm working on that.
Okay, the
so
three's
Bledsoe
on there.
Zeras on Anderson.
Oh,
Triple team.
Nice.
Triple team. Is there a foul? There is a foul.
Oh,
and the
really?
foul is on Pip Bledsoe. A little bit of hugging.
You know, that actually was not too bad of a move, really.
Not really. I would take that affection foul anytime.
Well, the affection foul, and yeah.
Because it's a 6-point, Gary, and they can only get 2 at the most.
Right.
So I'm with you on that.
But,
So we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Is how
Yes,
we'll plot
we have the cat at the free throw line. And he cans the first one. Fantastic player. He was the MVP of the finals last year for the Slam.
Yes, he was. So, do you make this or do you miss it on purpose?
Oh, you make it. No, you make it. It's the Ibble, Gary. Only 8 seconds to get that ball across half court. No, you make it.
Okay, they're going to pressure. They're going to press.
They're going to
You
pressure.
know they're going to press.
I don't think they foul till they get past half court.
No.
And, of course, they proved me wrong.
Because you said that.
That's right. That's right. So you're looking at Hafford. See, he's 2 of 2 from the line tonight, Gary. Good shooter, but rusty from the line.
Yeah, let's just let them shoot and hope for the best here.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And right now you have
Still 2 possession game, though.
well, what's cracking me up is our sound guy, Brother Clem, is playing Metallica on the overhead. And if there's anything to get you ready for a free throw, it's Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Are they going to finish? Yeah, it looks like they are going to finish this out. Yeah, inbound.
Yeah.
Inbound it. So Gary Akiyama, who should we interview tonight?
Wow.
Who do you think? I mean, look at some heroes. Let's talk. All right,
Okay.
and that is your ball game. So your final score, the Volcanoes 94, the Slam 86. The reason for you guys to stick around, we might be getting an interview here for y'all. All right, come on right back. FETV Channel 11, Volcanoes win. And we're back here, Clark College, the campus, the O'Connell Sports Center, the venue, and the event that just happened, the Vancouver Volcanoes opening night game of the 2013 season number 9, a victory over the Bellingham Slam. Final was 94-86. And with me, the winning coach, Mr. Joe Navarro. Congrats tonight, Joe.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
What was the key? This thing went down to the end, just like a typical Volcano Slam game.
Yeah. Well, it was really our defensive intensity off the bench. Those guys really came up and came to play. We started off a little flat, a lot of stagnant offensive non-movement, and we went with Pip and Jake and Mike and those guys off the bench, and they really sparked us. They ignited our whole defense. And
yeah, that run there in the fourth quarter when we finally got a little bit of control with it, or we were up and we'd have the ball and that kind of stuff. Who was the big dog for you? I thought Hafford was pretty huge, but what about some other guys?
Well, I mean, if I was going to give a game ball, it'd be with Pip. Every time I put him in there, we get stops. And, I love to run offense and everything, but our best offense is transition. And when we get stops and we string them together like we did when he's on the floor, we're really good. I wish we don't run our offense one time. I'd rather just shoot layups all night. And when Pip and Jake and all those guys were rotating and we were, real aggressive with the traps, we're really good.
Did you think the NBA 3-line affected things tonight for both squads?
A little. I mean, it's a lot farther. People don't really get how the line looks close, but it's deep. And Bellingham's a good shooting team, and most of those guys don't have a problem shooting out there at that line. The line that affected us was the free throw line. I mean, we left probably 20 points on the free throw line, and it could have been a lot easier game if we'd have hit our free throws.
And how was that on Friday night too? Was the line part of that deal or what?
No, we just sort of ran out of gas up there. Bellingham's very good. They're the defending champs, and it's opening night, and we have so many new faces. It's hard for us to really, find our chemistry that early. I got a lot of guys that can really score, and there's going to be some huge role changes, with guys and what they're personally used to doing. But so far it's good. Winning cures everything. So the attitude on the team today, I thought was pretty good.
Well, in 1-14, Joe, the team is stacked with a lot of accomplishments, a lot of players who were the man on their team in the past. Now they're into this kind of a soup.
Yeah, it is.
Will.
That's exactly
and,
what
name
it
me
is.
a couple guys who you're excited about and the new faces.
Yeah, I mean Mike Ward, is so great in my system. He's a combo guard that can play 1-2 and even some small forward. Most of these guys that I have with the Summer Pro League, they're used to playing with each other a bit. I mean, Chehalis Tapscott's a 28 and 12 guy last year, and he's having some minute issues right now. But he can play another. He can play 3, 4, 5. So we're going to look to put him more on the wing and go with some bigger lineups, maybe play some zone with him. But I'm happy. Hopefully everybody else is too.
And the thing about it, Joe. So now, last question. Long season ahead. I mean, you know how the IBL is. It seems like it's really short when you look at the schedule, but it gets a little long towards the middle. You've had one weekend in of games. You've had some time with these guys. What are you looking at? Where's the development you think is going to happen, and how do you see us at the end of this thing?
Well, the season's a progress. It's a process for us to figure out how we're really going to be at the end of the year. It changes. We'll add some different sets offensively, but I think our backbone this year is going to be our defense and our ability to really string stops together and be aggressive. With the personnel we have, an easy way to play to get everybody on the floor is to play real fast up tempo. So I think that's where we're going to go.
Fantastic. Thank you much. We got Portland here this next weekend.
Yeah.
The official opener, so this should be fantastic.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much, Joe Navarro. And we'll be back we'll get Gary back in here. A couple of final thoughts. After this, the final, Vancouver Volcanoes 94, Bellingham Slam 86. And welcome back to a fun-filled O'Connell Sports Center on the campus of Clark College. Why is it fun-filled, you asked? Well, the Vancouver Volcanoes won their first game of the 2013 season, the home schedule at least, 94-86 over the Bellingham Slam. Mike Koreski with you here. Gary Akiyama. Tell me, what was the key? You look at the stat sheet, what sticks out, what helped us pull this one out?
Well, I think it was the will of the players. They wanted to win this, and I know Coach Navarro wanted to win this in a desperate way. Losing Friday's game, you got to avenge and not Bellingham think that they're going to run away this season, and they're certainly not, because our boys, they answered to the call. And seasoned veterans stepped up, and Alex made a nice statement there at the end saying, hey, we're here, and you are not going to take us down. In other words, Andre Murray's saying, defend the castle.
Oh, Gary, even after 3 years, you busted that one out. It still does not get old. So next on the schedule here for the Volcanoes is the official home opener this Saturday called the Battle of the Bridges against the Portland Chinooks. Quick overview of them. What scares you about them?
Everything scares me about the Chinook. Jared Cunningham for darn sure. And if David Lucas plays, watch out.
Now, there was rumors he was going to be like a player coach this year, so we'll see what happens. A friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine, looked at the roster and he said, yeah, it looks like a Portland League All-Stars.
Yeah. Terry Bennett, he's not going to back down either. So all these games are going to be so intense this season, Maverick. We're in for a nice ride.
I think so, too, and I like the new additions we have. It was just when you come off the bench and you have ex-MVPs and IBL All-Stars and guys you've watched score 30 a night before, it's astounding if they could get these guys all together, what you can see.
And some former NBA players, too.
That's true, not including us. So, on a victorious night to open this thing up, we're going to bid you adieu. So we will see you next time right here on FETV Channel 11. Mike Koreski, Gary Akiyama with you. Go Volcanoes.